Right then folks, so casting, it's a fundamental skill in fishing, okay? Being able to hit a certain spot every single cast can take practice, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you now, okay? There's a few ways of maximising your accuracy, and I'm going to show you my tips now. Right then, so first things first, and this is going to seem mega obvious, okay? You've got to have your feet pointing roughly where you're going to be casting, okay? There's no point sat like that at an angle if you want to bung this feeder straight out in front of you, okay? Because it just isn't going to work. Accuracy is absolutely vital when feeder fishing, especially in summer, okay? So what you want to do is pick out a far bank marker, okay? Now in this instance, you probably won't be able to see it on the cameras until I move them, but there's a little stick sticking up between two little tufts of grass, and that is what I'm aiming for, okay? So first things first, drop from your feeder to your tip, okay? What have I got there? About 2.5 foot, something like that. That is ideal, okay? We're not chucking far, it's about 20 metres, if that, okay? So what I want to do is line up with that far bank marker, okay? Got the line trapped in my fingers there on the spool. My right hand is going to be for direction and aim. My left hand is going to be for the power, okay? And as I say, it's not a far cast. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to line that up, bring it back. I'm going to watch the feeder go all the way back till about there. I'm going to punch it forward, hit the clip, and it's going to land, okay, without a splash, hopefully, if we can cushion it down. So I'll show you that again. Okay, so got a good 2.5, 3 foot. Bring it back, aim into that far bank marker, tip up, hit that clip, and it lands perfectly right where we want it, okay? So I'm aiming to get my feeder right in there, just in there, between those little two tufts of grass, okay? And this is perfect as well if you're doing this just to use the feeder that you're going to be using without a hook length attached, okay? So we're going to line it up, draw it back, hit that clip, and there we go. And that is banging right where we want it every single time, okay? Now then, let's just do that again. There we go. And that hits that clip perfectly, and it's landing bang where I want it, okay? So if this was a summer session, that'd be banging right up on that far bank into that feature, and that's where the fish are going to be, basically. There we go, absolutely bang on. And it's worth spending time just practicing your casting, okay? It's ideal on a day like today. I've got the entire lake to myself purely because it's freezing cold. There we go, look, straight in. As soon as that hits the clip, you're bang on accurate every single time, okay? Right then, so there we go, casting. Practice, basically. You need to practice. Whether you can pick a lake like this where it's dead empty and you can just practice your casting for half an hour, even if you do, say, like half an hour at the end of your session, your accuracy is going to improve so much in no time at all, okay? Now, you did hear me mention there about hitting the clip, okay? Now then, the clip is basically the line clip on your reel, okay? Which is that little bit there, and that is what you clip your line around when you've hit it. Basically, when you get that distance, all you need to do is loop your line in, and when you cast, that'll ping, hit that, and it's dead accurate. Now what I like to do is just loop that around twice, and then I know absolutely for certain that that is going to stay there, okay? So that is just a quick tip as well. Okay, it's better to be safe than sorry, especially if you want to be as accurate as you possibly can be. with your feeder fishing, always use the clip, okay? Now that is probably the best tip I can give you, unless you're fishing open water and there's a chance of getting an absolute crocodile on where you need to unclip quickly. You need to practice that, or just don't bother clipping up. But if you're fishing to features, say islands or anything like that, get clipped up, and you know that that feed is going to be as accurate as it humanly possibly can be, okay? Now, as I mentioned on there before, when I was casting, the bay line was open, obviously, and I was trapping the line in my fingers, like so, okay? And that gives me the direction, okay? The left hand gives the power. So when that comes back, when I was in that position there, I was actually looking to see where I wanted that feeder to land, okay? And I was using the handle of the reel. Now, I know some anglers get their arms right up and they use their actual hand and the butt of the rod. It all helps with accuracy. You will find your own way of doing it that suits you and suits your style, okay? And there's no harm in trying a few different things. If it's something that you struggle with, just practice. Like I've said, it's like I've spent an hour on a football pitch with a bucket and a rod and a lead just to get some distance casting done and stuff like that. Practice now, and it's going to pay dividends. Do you know what I mean? Accuracy is king in fishing. If you can be 10% more accurate than the guy next to you, you're going to catch more fish at the end of the day. It's as simple as that, okay? I hope you found that useful. If you have, give it a like, leave a comment below as well, and if you want to see any more hints and tips, let me know in the comments what you like to see, and I'll catch you all next time.